middle finger to authority. Flow hotter than the oven mitt. On the mission, I'll be sticking to the covenant. Never go to war for the God.
Let's get Deuteronomy 28.
I got it.
All right, that man right there, what's your nationality? Mexican. He's from the tribe of Issachar. This brother right here, even though he's drunk, is most likely from the tribe of Issachar. This brother's from Judah, and I'm from the tribe of Benjamin. All right? Let's get Deuteronomy 28 and 15. Verse 1. Start at verse 1. Bruh, I really need you to. I need you to stand over there. Just stand over there. Stand over there. Do that. Go ahead.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass,
And it shall come to pass,
if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
if you should hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, then what?
to observe and to do all his commandments,
All the commandments, the tzitzits, the no cutting up the beard, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, go ahead. No pork, no shrimp, crab, lobster, all that, right? Go ahead.
which
No
I
ceviche.
command thee,
No ceviche. Go ahead.
which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God shall set thee on
Gotta
high.
get rid of it. Gotta get rid of it. You know? Gotta get rid of it.
You're bad, right?
That what? What?
That the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
See, now if we would not eat that, if we would not shave our beard, that lion mane, right? Then we would be put above all the other nations. But because we Rico Suave, you know what I'm saying? We like to be cool, we like to, you know what I'm saying? We like our fish and this different type of stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like with escargot, right? You wouldn't eat it if they didn't tell you it's a delicacy, right? Caviar, you wouldn't eat it if they didn't tell you it tastes good or you should try it. They're gonna give you $50 a plate, you know what I'm saying? Same thing with shrimp, crab, lobster, right? Those are what people that got money eat, right? They're living a lavish life. I want to live like them. Scripture says, envy not thou oppressor and choose none of his ways, right? So, unconsciously, that's what we do, right? So, if we do what we're supposed to do, we'll be put above all the other nations like we're supposed to. Deuteronomy 7 and 6, you all are greater than all the other nations on the earth, right? Go to verse 15.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass,
But it shall come to pass, what?
if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
If you will not listen to the voice of the Most High, go ahead.
to observe, to do all his commandments
Do all his commandments, read.
and his statutes,
And his statutes.
which I command thee this day,
And this was Moses speaking. Go ahead.
that all these curses
All these curses, poverty, your children getting taken from you. You don't own no land. You don't own no property. You don't own nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's the curses. Slavery, that's the curses. Drunkenness, that's the curses. Drug addiction, that's the curses. You know what I'm saying? Mental instability, that's the curses. See, but we don't shoot up schools with our mental instability, right? Let's go to verse 68. Let me show you why you are not a Jew by ethnicity, but rather by conversion. Go ahead. And even then, you still could not be a real Jew. But no offense. Go ahead.
come. Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt.
Hold on. Stop. Go to verse 54.
54.
I want to see if this is plaguing the Jewish community. Let me ask you a question. Do you know the definition of a ghetto?
The what?
Ghetto. Where do you live?
I live in Israel.
You live in Israel. All praises. All praises. All praises. Do you know the definition of a ghetto?
What do you mean definition?
The definition of ghetto.
White seven? No.
Like the how do you define the word ghetto? The word ghetto means a place in the city where the Jews dwell.
Get out.
But you would never know that living in the city where the Jews and Israelites dwell. All right? Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 28 and 54.
Let me see if this is plaguing your people.
So that the man that is tender among you
The man that was tender among you, what?
and very delicate,
And very delicate.
his eye shall be evil toward his brother.
I don't see Jewish people killing Jewish people. I don't see Jewish on Jewish crimes in the sense of black and Hispanic gangbanging. See, that's the curse. Blacks killing blacks, Hispanics killing Hispanics, blacks killing Hispanics, Hispanics killing blacks. That's the curse. Go ahead. And towards the wife of his bosom, how many households are the black husbands and fathers not in? How many households is the Hispanic man a drunkard? You understand? How many households has Gad, the native Indian house, been destroyed? Because of the alcohol he consumes. Right? You know how many women go missing on the reservation, and because they're their own people, it's not recorded anywhere. Go ahead.
Also, like how we're speaking about the native and the reservations, there's a high rate right now of young teenage suicide.
Suicide. Get out, right? That's that mental health, right? Keep going. Let's go to 56.
And toward the remnant of his children,
And toward the remnant of his children,
which he shall lead.
Which he shall lead. How many houses got absentee fathers, right? Like it's an epidemic, and I'll put it to you like this: when it comes to the Hispanic family, it's not so prevalent in that family, right? But when it comes to the so-called black man family, that's most of us. Even if we knew our father, they not living in the house with us. They wasn't there the whole time. Right. That's not in the Jewish family. Am I correct?
Trying to understand.
Yeah. No worries. Yeah.
Just to understand something.
Yeah.
I'm seeing you guys, and I know the Israeli people, Jewish people, have the 12, I don't know how to say that in English, 12
Tribes?
Yes. Right? So I just explained to, 1 second, I'm talking.
Hold on. Go ahead.
So I'm just trying to understand because I know like Africa, Jamaica, right? This is the 12th one. I know that. And you think like you from the what?
Tribe of Benjamin.
Benjamin.
Yes,
right?
sir.
And they have Yeshua and Binyamin, right?
Benjamin, yeah.
Okay. It's still just was curious for me, and I really like. Even if you're not considering me like a Jewish, I live and born like a Jewish. I do like everything all my life like a Jewish, and it's very like crazy to see you guys. It's like,
We here. You know what I'm saying? Now I got it. Let me get Revelation 2 and 9, Revelation 3 and 9. I got a question for you.
I'm going to tell you something about
Hold on. You gotta stay right there. You gotta deal with this. Hold on. I'm not gonna shut up. That's my thing. No worries.
Hey,
I'm gonna ask you a question, right?
What are the gays
You
talking?
know, we don't believe in homosexuality and all that stuff, right?
What are gays can't.
Why is it that in Israel they have a gay parade or gay pride or something?
because they are Democrats, it's a little bit different. It's them, the country, it's a Democrat country. The religious people, they have a lot of problem with it in Jerusalem and everything. But right now, this is the reality, you know. So we need to.
Gentlemen, you guys keep seeking to understand.
Stay blessed, brother. Stay blessed. Now that was one question I have you. Hold on. Yeah. You gotta just, it's gonna stay right there, man. Now let me show you. I understand that. But here's the problem, right? Here's what happens when you ask questions, right? The question would be, what prophecy did you all fulfill by going into the land and calling it the state of Israel instead of the nation of Israel? Do you believe in who you say Yeshua?
You mean Jesus?
Yeah.
You know what's the problem? I think with the Christian people, they believe in person. And we are not supposed to believe in statue person, actually person, just one person, it's called the Messiah. The Messiah. And with the Jewish people, we are not believing it's arrived already. It's supposed to arrive every minute, right? But it's not Yeshua, fortunately.
Okay.
We're believing with one God. This is why we and the Muslim, we are very, very similar because we're believing with one God. The Christian people believing also in God, but they believe in Jesus. And it's against the Torah. The Torah saying you cannot believe in person or in statue or in picture or whatever.
Let's get Deuteronomy 18 and 18. I want you to explain this to me. Because you would have to tell me who this is talking about. Okay, right? Because I can go all over the New Testament, that's nothing, right? But then you all deal
in Deuteronomy chapter 18 and verse 15. The Lord thy God will raise up unto thee a prophet from the midst of thee.
So he's going to raise up a prophet from in the midst of you, right? From in your people, right? Go ahead.
Of thy brethren.
Of your brethren.
Like
of your tribesmen. Go ahead.
Like unto me.
Like unto who? Moses, right? Because Moses was raised up from out of his brethren.
Are you reading from the New Bible?
No, this is the King James. This is the Torah. Yeah. This is Deuteronomy. Go ahead.
Unto him ye shall hearken.
Unto him you shall hearken. Now keep reading. Now unto him, this prophet is who you should hearken to. Go ahead.
According to all that thou desirest of the Lord thy God in Horeb in the day of thy assembly.
18.
I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren like unto thee.
Like unto Moses, read.
And I will put my words in his mouth.
And the words will be put in his mouth, read.
And he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him.
And it's everything he speaks is commanded from the Most High, read.
And it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken unto my words,
if you do not do what this man says when he comes, read.
Which he shall speak in my name,
because he's speaking in the name of the Most High, Yahweh. Go ahead.
I will require it of him.
I will require it of him. All right, now, who is that talking about? Who's that prophet that's to be raised up from among your people that's almost like Moses? And you know Moses was the leader. So who would that leader be? Can't be Netanyahu.
They say, Armageddon.
Armageddon, right? Yeah.
It's the day of after the world. All the dead people coming, and it's the end of the world actually, right? So this one.
Let me ask you a question. Where is the Armageddon in the Torah?
It's in Israel. It's in South Israel.
No. Where is Armageddon in the Torah?
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's going to start from the R, Megiddo.
No, I'm talking about in the scriptures. In the book. Yeah, which book? Book, chapter, verse. Where would you see Armageddon in the Old Testament? I see it in the New Testament. Where is it in the Old Testament?
It's not called Armageddon in those words.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
I call it that Armageddon because the war,
Yeah.
But it's not. Armageddon, it's actually the R, the mountain, R in Hebrew mountain, so R Megiddo. It's supposed to be south of Israel. That's what they're saying,
Yeah.
the Christian. That's why they come to Israel, all of them. To understand like what's going on over there, right?
Yeah.
But we're saying whatever is gonna come, the Messiah, it's not gonna be like we cannot leave him over here like nothing, right? Something gonna change in the world.
We're going to stick to the Tanakh, right? We're going to stick to the Old Testament, right? And I need you to explain this to me.
The book of Micah, chapter 4 and verse 1. But in the last days,
In the
shall
last days, right? Sorry, go ahead.
it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established
Zion, right? Go ahead.
in the top of the mountain,
They should be the greatest nation. Go ahead.
and it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow unto it.
See? Hey, that's almost like what they're doing now, right? But let's see if that's what's happening. Go ahead.
And many nations shall come and say, Come and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, and to the house of God of Jacob.
Which is Yasharallah, Israel, you know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shalom, Jerusalem, right? Go ahead.
And he will teach us his ways.
And then they would learn the ways, they would learn the Torah, you know what I'm saying? They would learn to keep the beard and not eat the pork, all that stuff, go ahead.
And we will walk in his paths. For the law shall go forth of Zion.
So the law is going to go out from Zion. The Israelites are going to teach the law on that day. Go ahead.
And the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
Go ahead.
And he shall judge among many people, and rebuke strong nations afar off.
Go ahead.
And they shall beat their swords into plowshares.
See, now, when you're in the land, this is what's supposed to be happening. The other nations are supposed to beat their swords into plowshares, meaning what? They ain't got no more weapons. But that's not what's happening. Go ahead.
And their spears into pruning hooks.
And their spears into pruning hooks. Go ahead.
Nations shall not lift up sword against nation.
There would not be no war no more. If you are supposed to be in the land right now, there would be no war anymore. Why? Let's get that.
This is Zechariah, chapter 2, verse 6. Ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north.
Where is the land of the north? Huh? No, the land of the north is North America. See, this is Babylon. This is where everything's gonna pop off. Because the Israelites are in America, right? Go ahead.
Flee from the land of the north, said the Lord.
See, he's not telling us to literally run, but he's telling us to stop living like these people. Stop doing what they're doing, right?
Saying the north is not America.
The Bible.
No, the Bible, when he's speaking around Jerusalem and Israel. So north of Israel, it's not the north of America.
See, but then here's the thing. I need the scripture. See, but you would have to show me who the northern kingdom is and who the southern kingdom is that's coming out of the land of the north. Now, that's that one. Let me get Revelation 6 and 8.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him, and power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with the sword.
Over the what? Over the what?
Over the fourth part of the earth.
Over the fourth part of the earth. What are the 3 points of the earth? What are the 3 parts of the earth?
3 parts?
Yeah, because you said it earlier. Because that's what most people knew about. Europe, Asia, and Africa. Those are 3 parts. America is the 4th part of the earth. Read that again from the top.
God, it's the book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death.
And his name that sat on his horse was Death. Go ahead.
And hell
this
followed.
This horseman brought death with it, right? Go ahead.
And hell followed with him.
Hell was death, right? Hell was the grave, right? Read. Because the pit, right? Shaul, right? Go ahead.
And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth.
And power was given unto them over the 4th part of the earth, right? Go ahead.
To kill with sword.
To kill with sword. Read.
And with hunger. And with death.
Sword, hunger, death. Go ahead.
And with beasts of the earth.
So you would have to tell me what that 4th part of the earth is, what that land of the north is, and with those, even those 2 scriptures, you would have to say who was those Israelites that have been taken back to the land if there's still war, there's no peace. See how that works? So we can say this in all honesty and truth. Let me get Deuteronomy 28 and 68. This has never happened to your people. Come on, let's get it.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
This is a curse. The Lord shall bring you into Egypt again. Let me get Exodus 20 and 2. What was Egypt to you? What was Egypt synonymous with? Captivity. It was your first captivity. They've been talking about you. But if you can see around you right now, we're in captivity. We don't have the land. Once they took us from the west coast of Africa, once they took brothers from here over to Spain, they didn't have no land no more. This was never our land. And even the western shores of Africa wasn't our land. That's just where we fled into from Jerusalem, right? From the siege, right? And then we also took over Europe during the Dark Ages, right? With the Moors, all right? And what were we doing? We was under the guise of Islam. So we was practicing Islam. That's why we went into captivity. We was also practicing Christianity. That's why we went into captivity. Because these are things we were not supposed to do. Let's get that.
Book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which hath brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
Out of the land of Egypt. You look on that dollar bill, it has the pyramid. You don't even live here. You live in Jerusalem. You can make that flight. You can pay for that. We can't pay for none of that. You know what I'm saying? We can't. It's just not happening. Go ahead.
Out of the house of bondage.
Out of the what?
Out of the house of bondage.
When you go into Egypt, Mitzrayim, right? Or Matazarium in the Phoenician, right? It's talking about to bind, right? To be bound, right? Finish that.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So we came into the Americas on slave ships. Brothers from the Americas was taking over to Spain on slave ships, right? Go ahead.
By the way thereof, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
And you want to see your homeland anymore again, right? And he also said that you want to see Egypt again. But I guarantee you, and most folks don't know where that's at. That's only a couple chapters later where he says you should not see Egypt again. But go ahead.
And there ye shall be sold
And
unto your enemies.
Here, in that place that you get to, you'll be sold to your enemy. Go ahead.
For bondmen
For slave man
and bondwomen,
and slave woman. Go ahead.
and no man shall buy you.
And no man shall redeem you. That's why we believe the whole Bible. We believe Christ is our Redeemer, right? It also says in the Old Testament that there shall be many Messiahs. There's many Saviors, right? Because that's what we are. We out here trying to save our people, right? Let's get that.
So you're saying that Jesus is the Messiah?
Yes, sir. Jesus, who we call Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, is the Messiah.
He's the Messiah.
The Messiah.
So what's happened after Jesus actually?
Huh?
What's happened after Jesus?
After he died, let's get that Acts
I have a
Acts
question
1.
for you. If this is the Messiah,
Yes, sir.
right? So why nothing doesn't happen like from the Bible? Because the saying when the Messiah comes, they have description what is going to happen, right?
Well, what says what's going to happen when the Messiah comes?
What's going to happen?
Yeah.
Actually, those people, okay, who's dying, actually, it's here a little bit funny, but this is what they say in the Bible.
No worries.
Okay, so the people who go by the law, okay, they waking up again.
Yeah. The dead in Christ shall rise first, right?
Right.
All right.
So if the Messiah is here, this is the big question. Okay, I'm not gonna get into the details. Yes.
Yeah, no worries.
But if it's happened, so what's happened actually?
See, let's get to Acts 1 and verse 4.
And by the way, Shaul, they have people who saying stuff in the Bible, and we know they are lying, and like people who saying something for the future. You know what I mean?
Prophecy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we know for sure they saying lies for the future, and still they ain't inside the Bible, because the Bible wants people to show what can happen if people saying stuff.
I mean, I don't disagree with some people that have lied or used righteous deception in the scriptures. And it's the same thing that, the Most High said, if a man say, I dream a dream, if the Most High didn't give him that dream, then don't believe it, right? Now let's get that.
Book of Acts, chapter 1 and verse 4. And being assembled together with them, commanded them.
This is after his death, burial, and this is right after his resurrection, right? Go ahead.
Commanded them that they should not depart from Jerusalem, but wait for the promise of the Father,
Go ahead.
which saith he, ye have heard of me. For John truly baptized with water, but ye shall be baptized
With what?
with the Holy Ghost,
Go ahead.
not many days hence. When they therefore were come together,
When they will come together, read.
they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore the kingdom to Israel?
Restore the kingdom to Israel, right? Not the kingdom of Israel. Not the kingdom of Israel. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's funny. I just like reading. I'm not trying to cancel like what.
No worries, no worries.
Okay, but I'm just reading like how you can says like Jesus is not actually like the Messiah, right? And therefore, a lot of people, rabbis, they speaking about like details, how for example, right now, me and you, how we can understand it. So they're saying about the Israel, the Messiah have to come and take the Israel people, okay, from to the next level or whatever.
Yeah, to their homeland.
Right, to the
To
homeland.
the promised land, right?
Right.
Yeah.
We should have this together between the Christian and the Jewish. The Christian is saying the Messiah already come over here.
Yeah.
Jesus, right?
Yeah.
That's what they say. We go not Jesus. And the Jewish saying it's not make sense. And we're waiting for him for every day. And this Messiah, he's gonna take the Israel people from the slave and you're gonna bring them from all around the world, actually the Jewish people all around the world, to Israel. He's saying all the time, if they're all Jewish all around the world coming to Israel, and they need to do something.
Aliyah, huh?
It's Aliyah, yes, but it's not make sense, right?
Yeah.
All of them can come.
Let
So
me-
that's when the Messiah, the real Messiah, will come over, when all the Jewish from all over the world.
Let me explain. Let me show you. Here's where we agree and disagree. We're not Christians. We don't deal with religion either, right? We believe that we're the people of the Bible. This is our heritage. This is our ancestry, descendants, all that, right? So scratch what the Christians say,
Yeah.
right? Jewish people now, you all say he's going to come. We don't disagree with that. We believe the Messiah will come back. You all right?
We come back.
Will return, yeah.
So it was one time.
Yeah, he came, born,
So actually you believe in the Messiah.
yeah.
1 second. If you believe in the Messiah, right, it's against the what the Lord, the Father of the Messiah is saying. He's saying don't believe no one's, right? When the Messiah will come, A, B, and C is gonna happen, right? So those things doesn't happen yet.
See, that's the thing. We're not saying that. See, the things you're waiting to happen, we're waiting for those things too. We're waiting for everybody to go into slavery. That's what's going to happen. We're waiting for the white man to get put to be beat to shambles, right? As well as the Jewish man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So don't get it twisted. Let's get that Acts. See, not even just Acts, right? Not even just Acts, right? Let's get Revelation 2 and 9. See, we believe that when the Messiah comes, we're going to be taken out of these nations and be taken back to our homeland, right? But you all are already in the homeland. And here's the thing, you're not even in the homeland. What was the promised land? From the Nile to the Euphrates.
It's from Iraq, actually.
Yeah, but it's from the Nile River to the Euphrates River.
Right.
You all are having this much land.
What is the second river we say?
To the Euphrates. Babylon.
Babylon?
Yeah.
So Babylon is Iraq.
Yeah, we're talking about the rivers.
Yeah, Nilus
Yeah.
is Egypt.
Yeah.
From Egypt to Iraq, it's
Euphrates. The Euphrates River.
Jordan River?
I don't know what it's called now. It's still the Euphrates. Yeah, it's still the Euphrates. But that's how big the land's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Not where you're at.
No. Why you at right now is because the Muslim.
See? But
Yeah.
if you're in the land, you shouldn't have no problem with the Muslims. The Muslims shouldn't even have a religion.
You know
they
what?
should be beat to
You know what
shambles.
we have problem with the Muslim? You know why?
Because you don't belong there.
No.
Let's get that. Pastor Shofar in Nashville.
I tell you why.
Go ahead.
It's because Abraham. Abraham gave us the. You know Abraham gave us the from Yitzhak and from Esau. He gave us the blessing, right? So we sang for Esau. You know the Abraham.
Let me ask you a
The
question.
water.
Did Deuteronomy 28 and 68 fit your people going into slavery on ships? Have your people been into slavery on ships?
Yes.
When?
When there was slavery on ships,
When did they go into slavery on ships? So we're gonna make this a little easier.
they go slavery on train. It's very similar.
Yeah, it's not similar though. It's the ships. When, when we read that, it was specific because
It's
that's
have to
what
be specific, by the way. It's more about by the word, right?
it's not talking about a train. It's talking about a ship.
know.
Yeah, but I know what you mean, but it's literally talking about a ship. This was written in Deuteronomy. This is the Torah, right? Let's get that. Revelation.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 9.
Uh-huh.
I know thy works
Uh-huh.
and tribulation
See, he knows the works and the tribulation of the Israelites, right? Go ahead.
and poverty,
And poverty. The Jewish man is not impoverished. Go ahead. Y'all got the most billionaires on the planet. Read.
but thou art rich.
But thou art rich. See, the Israelites are rich people because they are rich in spirit and they have the kingdom to look forward to. Right? Go ahead.
And I know the blasphemy of them
The blasphemy, a wicked lie of them that what?
which say they are Jews and are not,
But say they are Jews and are not. See, the black man never called himself a Jew. The Hispanic man never called himself an Israelite. We didn't call ourselves these things because we were called nigger. And last time I checked, Acts 13:1. Even niggas in the Bible. Right? Yeah.
It's like,
Because the Jews are people of color. The Israelites are people of color. And so when you got the Jewish man claiming our heritage, it says that you shall discontinue from their heritage. You all don't seem to look like you all have discontinued from any part of their heritage because you all have kept whatever language you think you all are speaking. And when you all were put back in that land in 1948, right? You all went through the Holocaust, right? We went through 400 plus 500 years of captivity in this land. You all got reparations from America. We don't get nothing. So I'm gonna tell you again, he know the poverty that the Israelites are in. He know them ghettos that the Israelites are in. But you all are not in those positions. You all are not in those situations. You have your own hospitals. You have your own, if you go to Manhattan, and I'm thankful that y'all are there because I'm glad there's no port in Manhattan. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Book of Acts, chapter 13 and verse 1. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers as Barnabas and Simeon that were called nigger.
That were called nigger. What? Which in Latin just means black, right?
Yeah.
But then when you talk to a Christian, they'll switch that up and say that's his surname. But it says he's black. So everybody's gonna switch it up because nobody wants to be honest with the text. So if we go over those curses from 15 all the way to 68, if you are the children of God, there would be no homosexuality in the land because those people would be put to death. That's the law. You have your own land. You can execute that law. That's the Torah.
no, the Torah is saying you cannot kill no one.
That doesn't make any sense.
Why?
The Torah
That's
says
why,
you kill.
Israel,
You
you
kill.
know, you know Israel, we don't have, we just take one person in the whole time of we actually like since 1948.
Yeah, Netanyahu's
One-
old, huh?
No. You don't understand nothing.
All right, good guy, good guy. Yeah.
We kill just one guy, like executed, right? It's more Eichmann. You can see the movie on Netflix, Eichmann. If you know Eichmann, did you hear about Eichmann?
The first one.
He's the only person we take him like to kill him, like you know, like after judgment or whatever, right? We're not allowed to do that actually.
This is the law. And I believe in keeping the law. Here's the thing though, we're not in our land, so we can't execute judgment. But if you're in your land, like in America, the police can shoot a person and get away with it because it's their land, it's their laws. It doesn't matter what you do. You can do it and get away with it because you're the judge, jury, and executioner. Go ahead.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 13.
It's the law.
If a man also lie with mankind,
That's homosexuality. Go ahead.
as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination.
An abomination. It's filthy. Go ahead.
They shall surely be put to death.
They shall be put to death. Go ahead.
Their blood shall be upon them.
Their blood shall be upon them. Is that it on that? You can read further. There's another set. So you're allowed to kill them. If I was in my land and I saw two homosexuals kissing, we'd stone them.
You mean you're allowed to kill them when? This is what you're reading right now.
This is the Torah.
Yeah, this is the Torah. But it's before he give the rules or it's after?
This is the law. This is the law.
The law what? It is like...
The law, this is the law of Moses, right? The law of Moshe, right? This is the law. You kill them. Just like the law that says you wear your tzitzit. Just like the law that says you don't shave you don't cut into your beard.
Yeah, you know shaving that, yes.
Yeah.
And you do tefillin in the morning. And you need to keep the Shabbat.
Keep the Sabbath, right? All right then. No buy, no sell.
You keep the
You know what I'm
Shabbat?
saying? Of course I keep the
Shabbat?
Sabbath.
Right.
Right now, hey.
And you need to count the day by the night.
Of course. The evening and the morning was the first day. Come on.
My girlfriend calling me.
Hey, man, go
it was like...
Go enjoy yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, the kingdom's coming down and we're going to take the kingdom next, man.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? And
Thank you so much.
all praise be unto the Most High God, Yahweh. But Shema Mashiach Yahushua, and with that, death to America.
Death to
man.
America.
Death to America.
Always been a part of the minorities. Fist up, middle finger to authority. Flow hotter than the oven mitt. On the mission, I be sticking to the covenant. Never go to war for the government. Widows crying.